So it's been a while. What's going on, you guys? It's ban list prediction time, and you know what that means. 7 billion different channels with pretty much the same prediction or some different stuff, and yeah, you guys know the deal. It's ban list prediction. That's how it is. The no sooner than what was it? No sooner than July 2nd or something like that, which was 5 days ago, something like that. Yeah, unfortunately, we are going to do one of those, or fortunately, depending on how you view this. But yeah, thanks to you guys. Shout out to you guys. We have a pretty good, pretty solid list that I put together here. I actually kept it pretty short, to be honest. I didn't want to go super duper overboard with like destroying every deck in the format. I think every deck should be touched in some shape or form, some more than others, yada yada yada. You guys are all familiar with this. Before we get into it, I just want to thank you guys. I know, like I said, it's been a minute. Nationals was a blast. It was a very hard event. I'm going to let you guys know it was one of the hardest events I've ever played in. I never have had a tournament where it was 100% dice roll influenced. It was crazy, but I loved it. You guys have seen the deck profiles. I had a couple things up since then, but I've just been really busy. But other than that, we're in the off season. I love the off season. You guys already know I have an off season deck that I had last year. I had the Minerva deck. This year it's a different deck, so we'll be profiling that soon. And I just want to, shout out all you guys for, just riding with me with all this stuff that's been going on. And, I hope you guys like the new channel avatar. Shout out to my homie Julie, made that for me, so it's awesome. Like I said, we're trying to rebrand the channel, make it more professional, make it more, kind of my channel, more like, this is Slim, this is who I am, this is what I do. And yeah, you guys have been super supportive for that, so thank you. And thank you to everyone that's, been supporting the new fan page, all that stuff. I'll have links and all that stuff somewhere in the description. You guys already know, wherever the bell pops up at the end too. But yeah, anyways, just want to say thank you guys. Anyways, I've wasted enough time. Let's get into it. I'm going to be honest, I think this is a pretty accurate representation of what could happen on our ban list whenever it happens. So yeah, let's get into it. So for the ban cards, I'm going to start with the first one. Mystic Mind, get the fuck out of here. That's it. Get the fuck out. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, you guys. This card is ridiculous. It really just is not healthy for the game. And you can make the counter argument that, oh yeah, it lets these other decks, do something against the build-a-board decks. Thunder doesn't have an out. Slim, you're just biased because you don't have an out to it. Here's the thing. That card is just ridiculous. Everyone will admit, the majority of the community will say the card should have never been printed. The card has no purpose really in the game. You guys have seen enough live games to see how it goes. You guys have seen how people just pass turn, pass turn, pass turn, and have no out. And, it's pretty crazy. Now, I know, make the counter argument for the build-a-board. I wouldn't disagree with you, but I'm telling you right now, a single entity card like that should just not exist. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. That's just my opinion again. And a lot of you guys actually mentioned this too. So shout out to you guys for, actually just saying it with me that, yeah, we need to ban Mystic Mind. Next. Now, this was one of the biggest controversies, one of the biggest topics, and I even had a poll for you guys in the community tab saying, okay, how do we touch Orcust? The options were to ban Mermaid or to ban Rusty Bardiche. After, tons of votes. Thank you guys for voting, by the way. That was, like, awesome. I don't really do those things that much, but when I do, I really like your guys' feedback. And you guys veered towards Mermaid over Rusty Bardiche. And I'm pretty much in agreement. I think that Mermaid is crazy for the deck. And the thing is, everyone thinks, oh, if you kill Mermaid, you kill the deck. That's not actually true. There's a lot of ways to continue doing the Orcust combo. Like, you can play cards like Mathematician, you can play cards like Scrap Recycler, you can play a lot of these cards, and basically you just kind of, instead of doing Mermaid, you go other routes, and the deck would still, it wouldn't be as potent, it wouldn't be as crazy as just resolving Mermaid and going full combo, but you'd be able to do a lot of things. Now, on the other hand, people were talking about why you need to ban Rusty Bardiche. It's basically because of Fogblade. Fogblade is searchable. It's a double Fogblade when it comes out. You guys already know this. And people have said, they need to hit that because that's the real problem. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, yes, Fogblades are annoying. Yes, they do negate your stuff. But at the end of the day, they're still kind of just like Fiendish Chains. And we've played in the formats of multiple Fiendish Chains. And yes, Fiendish Chain wasn't searchable. I know that. A lot of people are going to say that, this is different. It's searchable. The thing is, Rusty Bardiche is for dark decks. And that's the thing. It can do a lot with dark decks. And Personally, I would rather see Mermaid go over it, and I know a lot of you are probably, it was really, like, it wasn't really like 50-50. The majority of you at the end decided that, yeah, Mermaid was the card to go, and I'm in agreement with you guys because that's actually how I felt before even, having the poll, and I think that, yeah, Rusty is a really crazy card. Yeah, the card, if it gets banned, it'll do a lot in the sense of no more of this Fog Blade stuff. You'll have to do it through regular Phantom Knight combos, but at the same time, Rusty does have its limitations. It does have its setbacks, so it's not the most broken card in the world. It seems like it could be broken on paper, but I don't actually think it is. I think Mermaid facilitating the whole combo is crazy. And like I said, if we do hit Mermaid, if we do ban Mermaid like they did in OCG, still play the deck. You can still play the deck, and you can still do things. Now, if they banned Rusty, it would hurt more than just the Orcus deck. And I think at the end of the day, we don't want to completely cripple multiple decks, and this does not cripple Orcus again. So I think that Mermaid actually in the long run would be the correct hit. And lastly, and this one hurts me, you guys already know I had to hit Thunder somewhere. What would I ban? We've all pretty much agreed on this, and it's Guard Dragon LP. Yeah, it's not even a Thunder Dragon card, you guys. Yeah, Guard Dragon LP is insane. This card, any card that lets you tutor out a monster from the deck is nuts. And the thing that I was listening to some podcasts actually earlier at work today. I always listen to YouTube videos at work. For anyone that knows me, that's what I'm always doing when I got my earbuds in or doing whatever. I really listen to what they were saying, and it's true. LP gets the ball rolling for this deck. I already knew this, but just hearing it re-emphasized is just something that made me realize, yeah, LP is the correct hit. Getting rid of that card makes it so that you don't start the combo literally with like a single dragon into LP. If LP resolves, again, you get the ball rolling, you get your whole combo going. And I think that if they actually did touch LP, it would be the correct hit because it would slow down the Wombo combo deck for sure. Yes, you could play cards like Pissy. Yes, you could play Agripane, but you would still not get that immediate monster out of the deck. You would not get your Brotor right out of the deck. You would not get your Eclipse Wyvern right out of the deck. Your Destrudo, whatever it is you're summoning off at LP. So I think that LP would actually be the correct hit. That's it for banned. I kept it simple. I didn't want to go overboard. Again, we don't know how big this list will be. These lists have not been huge recently, but we definitely want to keep everything in check, and I feel that pretty much touches everything for the most part as far as cards getting banned. And like I said, the biggest debate will still be Mermaid and Rusty. I know the comments will be fighting each other over it, but yeah, at the end of the day, I still agree with Mermaid being the card that gets hit. On to the limited to ones. First and foremost, to hit Solomon Gray, we're just going to hit Gazelle to 1, just like they did in Japan. The deck is still playable. The deck is still playable. You still have your 3 Silent Mindings. You still have your 3 circles. You still, you can still get to Gazelle. You can still get to it. What is it? 7 copies, I think. You can still get to it. Yes, you won't have it for the grind game, but you can recycle it. So, I mean, there's ways to utilize it. And I feel that if Japan did that and they're still able to play the deck, which they are able to do, then it's definitely something that we could mimic over here and it would be fine. Solomon Gray have been so consistent. They won the EU WCQ. There's no reason not. This is the time that they will get hit, I believe. And I think Gazelle would actually be the best hit. I don't think there's anything else. There's nothing else I would honestly see wanting to hit in the deck. And it doesn't completely destroy the deck. It just slows down its consistency and slows down its super long grind games. So I think that actually would be the correct hit. I actually agreed with Japan 100% on that in limiting Gazelle to 1. Next, and this one hurts too, I have to put Saryuja to 1. I love Saryuja to death. You guys know this. I play decks that actually have played 2 copies and have even gone as far as to play 3 copies. And yeah, the card is nuts. The card is absolutely nuts. And it's not, it's not a hard once per turn. You literally can special summon 3 times. You can literally draw, technically you could draw 12 cards and, shuffle back whatever. You can do all these things. It gets all the boosts. The monster is insane. I think the card by itself, is great at 1. Its effects are amazing. And, you do still have to get it, basically into 4 monsters to get the full effects. You still have to work for it. But at multiple copies, it's just insane. You guys have seen what it does for the Wombo combo decks. I actually would not be surprised if this card goes to 1. We're all in agreement with that. All you guys in the community tab, everyone said Saryuja to 1. I'm glad you guys didn't try to ban it. I don't think it's ban worthy. I think it's just a card that should just be at 1. And for the most part, when it came out, most people were only playing 1. I think it's until we saw super Wombo combo decks that we upped the amount, and obviously the Guard Dragon deck is the reason why it happened. So yeah, Saryuja, I love you to death, but you gotta go from 3 to 1. So there's that. Next, mostly on the Thunder Dragon, Guard Dragon, Dragon deck, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually kind of at a crossroads of which card should get hit to 1, and those 2 cards are actually Levianeer and White Dragon Wipa Buster. So these were the 2 options that I noticed you guys mentioned a lot, and also were things I was thinking about. I'm not going to touch Colossus. I'm not going to touch any of the Thunder Dragon cards. Spoiler alert, I'm not touching any Thunder Dragon cards. You guys may think that's biased, But let's cut the crap. The Thunder Dragon engine has gone down dramatically in the Guard Dragon deck. If you guys have seen some of them, they completely omitted the Thunder cards. Joshua Smith's deck that he played completely omitted the Thunder cards. And even the builds that did play it literally played like one Hawk, one Roar, one to two Dark. You know, the engine was so minimal. And I even saw some lists from E-Man Games where they're only playing one Colossus. Because literally, you're only making one Colossus. It's very rare you make two unless your hand is just that insane. And even then, sometimes you use the second one to overlay for your rank 8, so it's not something I would touch. But Levianeer and White Dragon Wyva Buster were the ones that came to mind, were the ones we talked about, because Levianeer is an insane card. And one thing that Farfa brought up, I was actually listening to his FarfaCast earlier when he was talking to some of the players from Europe, and one thing that was brought up, the reason why Levianeer is so insane, so a lot of people think, oh, this card is nuts, it has so many great effects, you know, can non-target removal, can reborn a monster, can rip a card out of the hand. All those effects are insane. Like, we already know this. A 3,000 beater as well. But the one thing that was mentioned, and I think that this was really cool, was that the one thing everyone forgets is that you can chain block Levianeer. You can chain block Levianeer, and it gets its most value when you're banishing like Thunder Dragon cards that create new chains, so you're able to, you know, chain block with like Dark or like with Roar, and it's insane. I think that's the reason why this card is so strong, because yes, this card is nuts, but you have to remember one thing. When you do use the effect, you only get one of those effects, and the monster cannot attack. So that's actually huge. Yes, it's a 3,000 beater, but it's not able to attack. So sometimes it doesn't even guarantee game. And I know what you guys are thinking, Slim. You know, this card is so strong. You know, you got to do something to it. I think putting it to 1 would not be the end of the world. It would still be a very strong Chaos monster at 1, similar to Chaos Emperor and, BLS is at 3, but that's neither here nor there. But it is a dragon, and you guys know how much support dragons have. The new, what is it, that new dragon deck or whatever's coming out, the rocket deck, whatever it is. And yeah, utilizing like extra dragons is just nuts. So I think Levianeer to 1 wouldn't be the end of the world. I personally don't want to see it go. I love that card, but I would not be surprised if it did. And on that same note, White Dragon Wyva Buster. So between this and Collapse Serpent, it's clear that Wyva Buster is insane. Solar Wyva Buster began the wave. And Wyva Buster has just been nuts because, you know, there's so many darks that you play in the deck. It also triggers the Thunder Dragons. Because think about it, you'd rather banish a dark or a roar from the grave to summon the White Dragon Wyva Buster than you'd rather, banish a Hawk or a OG Thunder Dragon or a Solar, like, that doesn't get you anything really. Like, yeah, you can mulligan with Hawk, but it's not the same thing. So Wyva Buster, you know, going to 1 would kind of deter the easy access to the Guard Dragons. Would also deter, you know, the ability to just, you know, banish your Thunder Dragons and go off like crazy and have multiple copies. So I could definitely see those cards going to 1, and that's something is that at the end of the day, the Thunder Dragon part of the deck is not what makes a deck so good. What makes it so good is the Dragon part. So you know, adjusting the deck and, you know, hitting the Dragon cards, the ones that really cause the problems, the ones that really start the combos, I think is the best way to put this deck in check. It doesn't kill the deck, but it puts it in check so that it doesn't have this super wombo combo unbeatable board. So there's that. And the last card I have limited to 1 is actually Sky Striker Multi-Roll. So I remember I made the video that said this card needed to be banned. This should have been how they handled it on the list, but I thought about it, and yeah, they hit Kagari to 1. Sky Strikers have still done really well. They've also played Mystic Mine, which is, you know, absurd. You guys already have heard my opinion on Mystic Mine. I think they put Multi-Roll to 1. People could say, oh, you'll kill the deck. I don't think that's true. I think that, you know, you have the ability to search it with Engage, and people would be like, why don't you hit Engage? I don't think that's necessary. Yes, the card is nuts. Yes, you know, with 3 spells you draw extra cards, but a lot of times if you lower the ceiling of what you can search, like, yeah, you can search the 1 Multi-Roll, but a single Ogre will take it out. The ability to have the recycling ability is how the deck is playable, and I feel that if we ban Multi-Roll, it might actually kill the deck. Now, that's kind of hard to say if it would now with Kagari to 1. You know, how bad the deck would get destroyed. I think if Multi-Roll got banned, it would probably completely destroy the deck. But this is just a personal opinion. This is actually what a lot of you guys said too. I personally didn't want to touch Widow Anchor or Engage anymore. I figured that, you know, enough time has passed. Sky Strikers are, you know, really strong, but they are going down in representation. So Multi-Roll is the strongest card and probably the best card in that deck. It's a Spellbook of Judgment, as you guys already know. So putting that card in check would, you know, put a more of a damper on the Sky Striker deck, but I think that people would still find ways to play it. And like I said, if you look in Japan, you look at their limitations, yeah, it would be different. You know, they still have Multi-Roll, but I think that over here, if they did put Multi-Roll to 1, it would change the way the deck is played, and maybe the deck wouldn't be played as much anymore. So there's definitely that. So that's my ban. That's my limited to 1. And the semi-limited, which I just honestly hate, I think it's just the dumbest thing ever, because Simo said it a million times, and I always quote him because he's right. I don't think semi-limited does anything. I really don't. The only card I have semi-limited is Stratos. Plain and simple. Honestly, I want that card to come to 3, but we'll start at 2 because that's how Konami usually works. That's how things usually work. I think it'll come to 2, then it'll eventually come to 3. That's it. I got nothing else on semi-limited. And my reason for Stratos is because it's Stratos. Hero players rejoice. That's it. Unlimited. So I just have a couple for unlimited. Insector Dragonfly, giving Zectors a bone. El Shadal Construct is the new structure deck. I'm pretty sure this card's going to get, off the list more because, why not? Like, yeah, Shadals haven't done anything. Hopefully they will with the new structure deck. I love Shadals. I played Shadals back in the day. So Construct coming back to 3 I think would be fine. I don't think it makes the deck utterly broken. I don't think it makes it utterly insane. I think that Construct is just Construct. So if it comes back, I think more players will be happy. More people will be willing to pick up that structure deck. And it'll actually be good for the community and good for the player base overall. So I'm all for it. I also have a Chaos Emperor. Not the price card because it's already at 3, but yeah, our nuked Chaos Emperor that kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't know why that card's still at 1. Yeah, you could use it in the Dragon deck if you don't have a prize card. I did it at Atlanta. It's true, I did that at Atlanta. But yeah, the card kind of sucks. It doesn't really do anything. So it at 3 doesn't make any difference. At 1 or at 3, it makes really no difference. So yeah, you could search it on Melody. Yeah, you could search it on Brotar, but would you really want to? Like, really, would you want to? Like, yeah, it's just a 3,000 beater at the end of the day. Or if you actually get the effect off, you're insane. You are insane if you get that effect off, just saying. And last card is just a personal favorite. I want Book of Moon back to 3. I just love Book of Moon. Book of Moon has been the most requested card to come to 3 in eons. Like, it's just been every format. Oh, let's put Book of Moon back to 3. Nope, it's not there. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna keep asking, can we have Book of Moon back to 3? But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Last thing I'll say, you guys are asking about dangers. I honestly don't know. I made the argument before that, yeah, they haven't come out to Japan yet. They're not going to get hit. I think Japan gets them in August. I guess I'll still make that argument. I do agree with what some of you guys said, hitting Jackalope and Nessie. They are the main ones. I guess you could put them to 1. People are still going to play them. That's the thing is, if you limit all the dangers to 1, you could just play all 1 of dangers. And then you know what? They're just a bunch of upstart goblins at the end of the day, and they can become free bodies on the board. Yeah, you won't have the consistency of seeing them like you normally do, but it could do something. But yeah, other than that, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a while coming. I miss doing the discussions with you guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, they make me feel good. 100 of them is great. I hope you guys, like I said, are liking the more of like the presentation on the channel, just the more personal stuff, and just liking how I'm slowly trying to rebrand everything. It takes me ages to do things, like, just know that. And I'm grateful to everyone that helps me with my stuff so that I can just get better at it, try to make my thumbnails better for you guys, try to do all these things. I'm trying to do them myself because I figure, it's my channel, my content. I really want to be able to do everything myself for the most part. I'm no artist, I'll tell you guys that. I can barely draw at all, but having people that, help me and support me and, make it so that I can do these things for you guys is great. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to hear your opinions in the comments below. I'm sure you're probably going to rip my list a new one, to be honest. Like, this is based off a lot of things we've said, but there's a lot of stuff that probably wasn't addressed. And there's probably a lot of cards that could be touched or, could change on this list. But again, at the end of the day, the goal was to not kill every deck. And I don't think we killed every deck. I think that, yeah, maybe some decks got hit a little more than others in this prediction. But I think it's realistic. I honestly think this is a realistic list. And that's what I'm trying to do with every prediction from now on. Try to make them as realistic as possible. Try not to make them as biased as possible. But I think that these will definitely we'll definitely see some of these hits. And I think that could be really beneficial, and we'll see what the format will progress with going forward. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. The bell, wherever it is, all the stuff. Yeah, you guys already know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Give me a thumbs up. It makes me feel good, makes the video look good. And yeah, I hope you guys are ready for the new format whenever it comes. But yeah, I think it'll probably come like right before Worlds or something like that. But we shall see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up, and thank you for watching.